Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our first NBC Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 31 locations throughout South Louisiana. Very interesting weekend on many fronts. NCAA basketball tournament's been great. So many compelling stories, regardless of the quality of play or perceived lack thereof. This is probably as good of a situation in terms of Cinderellas that we've ever had at this time in this tournament.
You're talking about a 15, a 13, a 12, a 9, all still alive at this point. The first time a 15 seed has ever made the Sweet 16 in Florida Gulf Coast University. Honestly, had you ever heard of Florida Gulf Coast before this week? I mean, most people thought they were a community college.
In Pensacola.
Yeah, exactly. But no, this is down the coast. This is down closer towards Miami on the west coast of Florida, in the Fort Myers, Naples area. So it's, they're legit. I mean, this is no fluke. They've won 2 games by double digits, beaten 2 very good teams in Georgetown. A lot of people's pick to make a run, along with San Diego State, and now they get to play Big Brother in the state of Florida. They get Florida in the Sweet 16, and you got a lot of great stories. LaSalle, coming out of nowhere, coming through the first 4, the opening round, the play-in game, whatever it is you want to call it. And then you're talking about Wichita State beating Gonzaga. So I mean, a lot of really good stories coming out of the first weekend of the tournament, and let's see how it all shakes out. I got a feeling when it's all said and done, though, that chalk or something close to it's going to prevail by the end of next weekend.
Women's basketball, the LSU women win their opener in the NCAA tournament, face a tough test against Penn State. Tulane wins a second-round game in the NIT, and they've advanced to the third round. First time that's ever happened. Yeah,
Tulane moving on. They will play Auburn. They've never won a second-round game in all the years that they've been going to the postseason, and there's a lot of them in there. So congratulations there. LSU, Penn State. We were here just a year ago talking about the same thing. That was a good win for LSU, even though Green Bay made a run at the end. They had really played well there for a period of time against a Green Bay team that I mentioned. They were probably undervalued a bit as an 11 seed. This was a team that was in the top 20 in the nation and had just 2 losses all year. So, congrats there. And let's see if, LSU can use the home court advantage to their advantage to perhaps move on to the Sweet 16.
Staying on the basketball theme, the Hornets, coming off of a couple of wins, now are really with their feet in the fire against 3 of the best teams in the NBA, if not the 3 best teams in the NBA that are coming to town this week.
Yeah, you got Denver with a ridiculous winning streak. Then you've got the Clippers and Chris Paul. Then you've got Miami and their historic winning streak at this point, which may or may not still be going by the time we get to Friday. But if it is, it would be at 28 in a row, I believe, if they would come to town still on a winning streak. So, this interesting week for the fans to get out. And, really, as we know, the NBA is all about who you're playing. And when you're really going well, of course, people will come out anyway. But it's really about going to see the Lakers and Kobe. You're going to see the Clippers and Chris Paul. You're going to see, Miami and LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. So, Miami game's already a sellout, has been for a couple of weeks now, but a few more chances here to see what this team is made of. And, while at the end of the day it might hurt the Hornets' chances going forward to be winning some games as they did last week, at the same time, maybe there's some promise going into next year.
Anthony Davis and Robin Lopez in particular playing well of late. College baseball, Tulane wins 2 out of 3 from Memphis. Their coach, a little bit under the weather over the course of the weekend, but he survived it. So did they after being mercy ruled on Saturday. And then LSU at home sweeps an SEC series. They're looking very good.
Yeah, LSU is really got it going right now. It arguably could be the best team in the country at this point. I'm sure Paul Maneri's pleased. Huge game, at least for the fans, coming up Tuesday night, Uptown, LSU Tulane, and then they'll get back to conference play over the weekend. But that Tuesday night or Wednesday night when LSU and Tulane get together twice a year, it certainly means more to the fans than probably it does to the players. You're not saving pitchers and throwing them during the week. No, you're just playing it like you would play a regular Tuesday or Wednesday night game.
And then finally, a big win for the Voodoo in their season opener. Overtime win, really exciting game. Not a whole lot of fans there. I don't think there was a great deal of awareness, frankly. But in terms of the game, it was terrific. And anytime you beat a division rival, that, by the way, is stacked this year with what they've done in terms of hiring players and Doug Plank as their coach, that's a good win, especially for Coach O'Hara against his former team.
Well, you always want to start off with a W. And Voodoo has a bit of a front-loaded schedule with some home games here, a chance to really get out and get off to a good start and build some momentum. And, another chance at home this Saturday night.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. Don't forget, you can watch Sports NOLA Spotlight 6 p.m. this evening on WHNO Channel 20. And you can also catch the latest in the first NBC Prep Showcase, Brother Martin and Jesuit from John Ryan Stadium at 8 p.m. Monday night as well. Good game, two good teams. You won't want to miss it.
Yeah, it should be good. In fact, we've got 2 editions of the first NBC Prep Showcase coming your way this week. Monday night, Brother Martin Jesuit. Friday night, Archbishop Rummel and Jesuit.
Look forward to it, Lenny. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, we'll see you later this week.
That's our first NBC Weekend Review, presented by First NBC Bank. 31 locations around South Louisiana. For Lenny Vangilder, I'm Ken Trahan. God bless. Have a great week.